In today's class, we will continue with arithmetic progression, and last class we discussed what is an arithmetic progression and what is the general term of an arithmetic progression, and we also derived the formula for sum to n terms of an arithmetic progression. So, what is nth term of an arithmetic progression whose first term is a and common difference is d? Nth term what will it be? A plus n minus 1 into d, a plus n minus 1 into d. And what did we derive? Sum to n terms of an arithmetic progression whose first term is a and common difference d, n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. It is n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This can also be written as n by 2 into 1 a you separate. What will you be left with? A plus n minus 1 into d, and a plus n minus 1 into d is nth term or the last term. So, you can write it as a plus l, where a is first term, l is the last term of the progression, and n is number of terms, d is the common difference. So, this is the terminology which we will be maintaining through the class. T n is nth term, T n will be nth term, S n will be sum of n terms, sum of first n terms, A will be your first term of the common arithmetic progression, D is the common difference of the arithmetic progression, L last term, and n is the number of terms. Okay. So, this is the general notation which will be followed in arithmetic progression chapter, and you need to be thorough with these two formulae. Nth term, whenever somebody asks you, you have to say it is a plus n minus 1 into d, and whenever you see a plus n minus 1 into d, you have to identify it as nth term of an arithmetic progression whose first term is a and common difference is d. Because this is a linear in n power is 1, this is also called a linear progression. This is linear in n, we will come back to this. Okay. And S n, if you observe, when you multiply, this is a n, 2 gets cancelled, a n, n square d, n square d. So, this is a quadratic in n. This is a quadratic in n, and is there any term without n? This is n into something. So, every term will contain n. So, in this quadratic you will be observing that there will be no constant term. Usually quadratic, what is a quadratic in n? How will a quadratic in n look like? A n square plus b n plus c, right? A n square plus b n plus c. But can you see any constant term without n in this summation? No, this is a n, n square d minus n square by 2 d. So, there is no constant term here, constant term will be missing. So, how will you see nth term of sum to n terms of an arithmetic progression? It will be in the form of a quadratic without a constant. So, sometimes what happens is, usually they give summation of n terms and they will ask you to find nth term, or they will ask you to find common difference or first term or second term of the arithmetic progressions. We will do such questions. So, S n will be a quadratic in n, we will get back to that. And what is its formula? N by 2 into 2 a plus n minus 1 into d. I suggest you to remember both the formulae. And what is the other way of writing nth term of a sum to n terms of an arithmetic progression? N by 2 into a plus l, where a is the first term and l is the last term. Okay. So, once you have remembered all this formula, let us again focus on this S n. S n will be, multiply these two, what are you getting? N, 2 gets cancelled, a plus n square by 2 d, n square by 2 d minus n d by 2. Yes or no? I multiplied this with each and every term. So, effectively what will this be? n square into d by 2 plus n into a minus d by 2. A square into d by 2 plus n into a minus d by 2. So, whenever you know common difference and first term of an arithmetic progression, directly you can write Sn as n square multiplied by d by 2 plus n into a minus d by 2. This is very useful to you in terms of some applications whenever you are solving questions in terms of sum to n terms of a series. So, this will be a quadratic in n square into common difference by half, common difference by 2 plus n into a minus half the common difference, that will be sum to n terms of an arithmetic progression. Okay. Now, like I told you, sometimes it so happens that in a question Sn will be given to you. It can be any progression, not just to arithmetic progression, this can be in any sequence. Sn once it is given to you, let us say it is given as 2n square plus 3n. Now, because sum is in this particular form, I can identify that this progression will come out to be an arithmetic progression. This progression will come out to be an arithmetic progression. After giving sum to n terms of a series in general, the question what he says is find nth term of the series, find Tn, find nth term of the series. So, what is the question? Sn, sum to n terms of a series is given to you, and what are you asked to find? Find nth term of the series. Also, he may ask you to prove that it is an AP, prove it is an AP, prove it is an AP. So, let us do that. So, whenever Sn is given to you and you have to find Tn, remember this, Tn will be Sn minus Sn minus 1. This is very important as far as competitive examinations is concerned. You will get a regular question on this. What is Tn? Sn. Sn is what? Sum to n terms, right? T1 plus T2 plus T3, so on up to Tn is Sn. And what is Sn minus 1? It will be sum to n minus 1 terms, C1, T2, T3, so on up to Tn minus 1. So, from Sn if you subtract Sn minus 1, what will you be left with? T1, T2, T3, so on up to Tn, you are subtracting T1 plus T2 plus T3, so on up to Tn minus 1. What will you be left with? All these terms up to Tn minus 1 gets cancelled and you are left with Tn, simple common sense. So, Tn is Sn minus Sn minus 1, very important idea. So, here I want to find Tn. What will be Tn here? Sn, Sn is 2n square plus 3n minus Sn minus 1, Sn minus 1, in place of n I have to put n minus 1. So, it will be replace n with n minus 1. What do you get? 2 into n minus 1 square plus 3 into n minus 1, and you are subtracting this minus 1, minus sign will be for the whole thing. Now, observe this simplification, you can expand this and subtract, or else you can as well do it directly. Now, 3n, from 3n what are you subtracting? 3n minus 1, 3 into n minus 1, from 3n you are subtracting 3n minus 3, 3n gets cancelled, what will you be left with? 3 plus 3. Okay. Then you have 2 into n square minus n minus 1 whole square, it is in the form of a square minus b square. What will it be? A minus b into a plus b, n minus n minus 1, what will it be? 1, and n plus 1, what will it be? 2n minus 1. So, this way simplification will be very simple, or else you can expand it and subtract one and the same. So, what will this be? 4n minus 2 plus 3, 4n plus 1. So, nth term what will it be here? 4n plus 1, 4n plus 1. So, nth term, first part of the question is here, we have to find nth term. So, nth term it is 4n plus 1. What is second part of the question? Find, prove that it is a AP, prove that it is an arithmetic progression. So, when will a progression be arithmetic progression? When difference of two consecutive terms is a constant. So, to prove that it is an AP, what I need to do? I have to focus on Tn minus Tn minus 1, and this should come out to be a constant. What is definition of arithmetic progression? It is a progression in which difference between consecutive terms will be a constant. So, Tn minus Tn minus 1 should be independent of, and it should come out to be a constant. So, what is Tn? I got it to be 4n plus 1 minus what will be Tn minus 1? Replace n with n minus 1. So, what do I get? 4 into n minus 1 plus 1. What will this be? 1 minus 1 gets cancelled, 4n minus 4n gets cancelled, you are left with 4. So, this difference is independent of n, it is a constant. So, difference between two consecutive terms is a constant. So, this progression, what is it? It is an arithmetic progression, because the difference is a constant, it is an arithmetic progression. And what will be the common difference of this arithmetic progression? See here, 4. Yes or no? So, directly you could have said the common difference. This is in the pattern of this Sn. N square coefficient is what? D by 2. So, what will be common difference? 2 times the coefficient of n square. What is coefficient of n square here? 4 n 2. So, what is 2 times of that? 4. So, D you could have directly said that it is 4 from here. Had you remembered this pattern, you could directly say that D is 2 times of common difference of this is 2 times of n square coefficient. D will be equal to 4. And what is coefficient of n? What is coefficient of n? It will be a minus d by 2. D by 2 is 2. Is how much? Coefficient of n 3. So, a will be how much? 5. A will be 5. Or to get a directly, just add these two terms. Simple trick. Just add these two terms, you will get the first term of the progression. So, add coefficient of n square and add coefficient of n, you will get the first term. 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Is it simple or not? In one go you are able to tell the question. What is this progression? It is in the form a n square plus b n. So, it is an arithmetic progression. 2 times coefficient of n square will be your common difference, d is equal to 4, and what will be the first term? Just to put n is equal to 1, coefficient of n square plus coefficient of n, 2 plus 3, a is equal to 5. So, mathematically also it is not something we are memorizing, just put n is equal to 1, S 1 is simply T 1. So, 2 plus 3, 5 is your first term, and put to n equal to 2 and subtract, you will get d, or simply 2 times the coefficient of n square will be your d. So, instead of doing all these steps, this is also an important process. Not every progression will be AP. You may get n number of infinitely many different sequences are there whenever you are given sum of any sequence, and whenever you are asked to comment on the nth term, what is that you need to do? T n is equal to S n minus S n minus 1. So, this is an important method, no doubt, but for this particular type of questions which are usually asked in BITSAT, JEE Main and at MCET level of examinations, you can happily put n is equal to 1, get the first term, and 2 times coefficient of n square will be your common difference. From there, whatever you want to comment, you can happily comment. Okay. So, this method will be handed to you in various objective level of examinations. Okay. So, let us do some more discussion on this. What is one more important formula which we have learnt? For any progression, these things are true only for AP, but for any progression in general, given sum to n terms, nth term how will you get? S n minus S n minus 1. So, this also you have to make an important note of it. Okay. Let us see how numericals will be asked in arithmetic progression. So, there will be numericals based only on terms, there will be numericals based on summation of the series, and there will be numericals based on combination of both of them. Okay. And before going to numericals, let me also tell you one more concept in arithmetic progression. Very beautiful concept and a geometrical way of plotting an arithmetic progression. Let us say these numbers are all in AP. What are the numbers in AP? A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, so on up to where A n will be the last term. Before that, what will it be? A n minus 1. Before that, what will it be? A n minus 2. How do you see these numbers? A2 will be d more than A1, A3 will be d more than A2, A4 will be d more than A3, every number will be d more than the previous term, yes or no. Now, observe this, what will be sum of A1 and AN? We saw that in proof of Sn, A1 plus AN came out to be 2A plus n minus 1 into d, yes or no. Similarly, when we added A2 plus AN minus 1, that sum also came out to be 2A plus n minus 1 into d. Why? Because A2 is d more than A1, AN minus 1 is d less than AN. So, sum remains constant. Here I am increasing d, here I am decreasing d. So, effectively sum is remaining constant. That is the reason sum of A2 plus AN minus 1 is same as sum of A1 plus AN. Similarly, sum of A3 plus AN minus 2, A3 is what? 2d more than A1, AN minus 2 is what? 2d less than AN. So, sum of A3 plus AN minus 2 will again be same as sum of A2 and AN minus 1 will be same as A1 and AN. Is it clear? So, what happens is, in an arithmetic progression, if some terms are in arithmetic progression, let us say AX and AY are two terms of an arithmetic progression. AX plus AY will be equal to AM plus AN, where AM, AN are again any two terms of an arithmetic progression, whenever if x plus y is equal to m plus n. If sum of these two bases, subscripts of the term numbers sum, if it is same, m plus n is same as x plus y, then AX plus AY will be same as AM plus AN. Very important for you in problem solving. Whenever sum of the subscripts AX plus AY, x plus y, if it is same as m plus n, sum of the subscripts is same, then you can say AX plus AY will be equal to AM plus AN. For example, let us say A1, A2, A3 so on up to A100 are in arithmetic progression. A1 plus A99, what is this sum? Sum of the subscripts 100, right? I can say it will be equal to A20 plus how much? This sum is 100. So, this sum should also be 100. So, this should be A80. It will be equal to A20 plus A80, or if it is equal to something plus A73, what should that something be? Which term? A1 plus A99, 1 plus 99 is 100. So, A subscript whatever, this sum should also be 100. So, it is 73, this should be how much? 27. So, whenever you see such combinations like this sum is same as this sum, you can say that this sum will be equal to this sum. Is the property clear? All of you? This is very, very useful to you in terms of problem solving. Let us come to that property whenever we are solving some numericals. Beautifully, you can solve many numericals easily. Another application of this you see, this can also be written as A50 plus, what should be the other 50? Other one, 50, right? A50, or it will be 2 times A50, 2 times A50. 1 plus 90 is 100, 100 is 2 times 50. So, you can write it as 2 times of A50. Remember, this is applicable only in case of arithmetic progression. This is true only in case of arithmetic progression, and geometric progression also some similar property will be there which is useful to you, but as such this is useful to you only in case of arithmetic progression, and this is very useful to you. Remember, what is it? Whenever x plus y is equal to m plus n, Ax plus Ay will be equal to Am plus An. Okay. So, these are the three properties which we have to remember, and again given Sn, how to find Tn? Tn is equal to Sn minus 1. So, once you are through with these properties, happily we can proceed ahead for the numericals. Let us look at one numerical. This is a question which was asked,
'previously' in JEE Advanced, that is previous IIT examination.
'What is the sum of the subscripts AX plus AY plus B plus C plus D equal to 100?' What should be the answer? 100 times of, if 100 times of 100th term is equal to 50 times of 50th term in an AP whose common difference is not equal to 0. In an arithmetic progression, we know common difference cannot be 0. Find 150th term. What is the question? If 100 times of 100th term of an AP is equal to 50 times of 50th term of that AP whose common difference is not equal to 0, find 150th term. Find 150th term. So, how to solve this? Simple, 100 into what will be 100th term T n is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. T n, nth term is a plus n minus 1 into d, right. So, T 100 what will it be? A plus, where a is first term of that common AP, n minus 1, n is how much? 100. So, 99 into d, common difference of that AP. Okay, 100th term will be what? A plus 99 into d, where a is first term, we assume that first term let it be a, common difference let it be d, then 100 into a plus 99 d is equal to how much? What is it given? 50 into a plus, what is T 50? A plus 49 into d, a plus 49 into d. What is he asking you? 150th term. What is asked? 150th term. See, what is the beauty of this question? There is only one equation given to you in terms of two variables a and d. Yes or no? There is only one equation given to you in terms of how many variables? Two variables. So, is it possible to find the values of a and d from this equation? No, absolutely not. Okay. So, without solving the values of a and d, you should focus on only finding 150th term. So, how to find that 150th term? First identify what is 150th term. What is 150th term? It will be a plus 149 into d. So, this is what you need to find. Yes or no? Is it clear what is given and what is being asked? What are you asked for? What are you required to find? T 150, which is a plus 149 into d, and what is given to you? That 100 times T 100 is 50 times T 50. Okay. So, using this mathematical condition, you have to find S 1. Okay. So, let us move from here. What does this imply? Can I simplify this? Yes, 50 I can get it cancelled. How many times? 2 times. So, what am I left with here? 2a and a. So, 1a also gets cancelled, I will be left with a plus, this is how much? 198 d. From that what I am subtracting? 49 d. If I bring this term here, what will I get? 49 d. So, from 198 d, if you remove 49 d, how much will you be left with? 149 d. What else is there in the question? Nothing, 0. So, 2a minus this a is a, 2 into 99, 198 d minus 49 d is equal to how much? 0. And what is that you have to find? A plus 149 into d, and how much is it? 0. So, T 150, 150th term, what will it be? It is 0. Is the question good? So, here you should not solve for a and d. You have to understand that one equation is not sufficient to solve two variables, except in some extra conditions which I will be discussing in later classes. Once for solving n equations you need, for solving n variables you need n equations. For solving any question on n constraints, usually you need n equations, except for in some boundary value cases, which I will be telling you later. So, for now I have only one condition, and I have how many variables? Two variables a and d, two unknowns a and d. So, how to find that? you will not be able to find that, right. So, you have to focus on what you need to find. What you need to find is a plus 149 into d. So, paper setter is bound to give you an expression which simplifies into that. So, focus on simplifying this equation. So, what you get from here, a plus 149 into d is equal to 0. So, this is how you have to solve questions on arithmetic progression. We will look at some more questions.